मौन प्रकटित परब्रह्म तत्त्वं युवानम् वर्षिष्ठान्तेव सदृशिगणैः आवृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दरूपम् स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे वटविटपि समीपे भूमिभागे निषण्णम् सकलमुनिजनानां ज्ञानदातारमारात् त्रिभुवनगुरुमीशं दक्षिणामूर्तिदेवम् जननमरणदुःखच्छेददक्षं नमामि चित्रं वटतरोर्मूले वृद्धा शिष्या गुरुर्युवा गुरोस्तु मौनं व्याख्यानं शिष्यास्तु छिन्नसंशयाः निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्धाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवत् व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्रीमात्रे नमः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। Harihi Om everybody. We are doing Shivananda Lahari. Feel very dark today. Okay. So what we are doing is Shivananda Lahari 91 shloka. 91 shloka we are entering into. You all know Bhagavan Shankaracharya has written Shivananda Lahari. In that we have finished 90 shlokas, entering into 91 shloka. आद्या विद्या हृद्गता निर्गतासीत् विद्या हृद्या हृद्गता त्वत्प्रसादात् सेवे नित्यं श्रीकरं त्वत्पदाब्जं भावे मुक्तेर्भाजनं राजमौले. Here Bhagavan is calling Shiva as Rajamoule. Rajamoule means who has the Chandrasekhara. Chandramouli means moon on his head. Rajamoule means Chandrasekhara, Chandrasekhara, Chandrasekhara pahi mam. Chandrasekhara, Chandrasekhara, Chandrasekhara rakshama. Not the Rajamouli, the director, Telugu director. He is the Shiva, Rajamouli, Chandrasekhara. So that is what, oh Chandrasekhara, hey Rajamouli. He is telling Shiva, calling Shiva. And this is the Prarthana also. What do I get when I do Prarthana? That's what Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji is saying. Seve nityam, continuously saving, doing the archana and doing the bhakti, developing the devotion, all this. Continuously, Srikaram Tvatpadabjam, at your lotus feet, O Lord Shiva, O Rajamoule. They are Srikaram. Srikaram means Mangalakaram. Very, very auspicious lotus feet. Those feet, when I do Archana, what is happening is, first one is Adya Vidya Hrudgata Nirgata Seet. One is gone. One came in. Two birds in one shot. That's what this shloka is talking about. One shot is Srikaram Tvatpadajam Seve Nityam. O Lord Shiva, doing the devotion at your lotus feet, I got two things happen. One is Adya, Avidya. From the beginning onwards, there is a Avidya. So that is why whenever you ask people, Mahatmas, when does this Avidya started? Let me give you example. Then you understand better. Is chicken first or egg first? Or seed first or tree first? This is all a great questions goes in study groups. Very, very important questions people feel in the beginning they ask, which came first? And our Mahatmas and our Swamiji says, why do you worry which came first? Try to just get rid of that. Means, when did this avidya started? Because there should be first, right? Beginning. So that's why don't worry about it. We are all immersed in avidya. That's why we are here. That's why Mahatma says the answer. Easily, simple way. Try to get rid of the avidya. That is what your goal now. Goal is mentioned. Try to get rid of this avidya. That's what you need to do. So that is why adya, from the beginning onwards, that avidya is there. Avidya means ajnanamu. And that's what is there from the beginning, from the creation itself. Adya, vidya, adya, avidya. Avidya means ignorance. Ignorance means people get upset also. I am a PhD student, I am a scientist, you are saying me I am ignorant? No. In spiritual knowledge, avidya means not knowing who am I, not knowing who you are. That's what the avidya here talking about. My nature is all of you. Sat Chit Anandam, existence, consciousness and bliss. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, Taittiriya Upanishad says. That's what you are all listening from Subramanyam Garu, my husband. That's why I am mentioning Taittiriya Upanishad. So that is why it is the avidya, our nature, but we do not know. That is why it is called avidya and ajnanam, ignorance in English. Hrudgata, that's there in the beginning of the creation, and Hrudgata, it's there in my heart only. It's the darkness, it's ignorance. So that is where in my heart. Hrudgata. Nirgata Seet. It's gone. Like for example, again, Amritaanjanam, olden days, this very, very famous ad. Gone. That's what it comes, Amritaanjanam. Headache is gone. Like that, this avidya is gone from the heart. From the heart, avidya, the ignorance, ajnanam is gone. Why? Seve nityam srikaram tvatpadabjam. Doing the service to your lotus feet. Developing the devotion towards your lotus feet, O Rajamaule. This is gone. Avidya is gone. Then one is gone, one came in. What came in? Vidya hrudya hrudgata tvatprasadat. Vidya means Brahma Vidya. Now I know who I am. That's what always Ramana Maharshi's only one simple answer. Whenever we go with a big questions list, always he asks, who is asking that question? Go to your roots. Go to that place. That is Hrudayam. Then you will know. Simple answer. Who is that? Who is asking that question? Vidya Hrudya Hrudgata Tvat That Vidya, the knowledge, Brahma Vidya took place in me. That is Brahma Vidya is also Hrudya, very, very Manoranjakam. Very, very pleasant, very, very good. That is why Hrudya, Brahma Vidya. And Vidya means knowledge also. And knowledge took place in the heart, Hrudgata. Why? Tvat Prasadat. Your grace, your compassion. So that is why Seve Nityam Srikaram Tvat Padabjam. We have to hold on to Lord Shiva's lotus feet. Then what happens? The avidya goes away from the heart and vidya comes in slowly, slowly. One goes out, one comes in. Both cannot stay together. For example, again, darkness and light. As the light comes in, darkness goes away. That is why in Saundarya Lahari, Shankaracharya said beautiful shloka. Putting the sinduram on her mother's papadi, sinduram is there. And all the hair is like a darkness. They are all waiting like a race, sun rays, Bala Kiranam, to come and see that, to see the darkness, want to see the light. But that never happens. That is how mother's sinduram is. Papadi Pinda, Papadi Billa, Papadi Sinduram. Sinduram means you all know, ladies put it on their Papadi. That's what it is. So darkness could never see the light. And light also wants to see the darkness. That will never happen. So that is why Vidya Hrudya Hrudgata Tvat Prasadat. As soon as the light comes, the darkness disappears. That is what happened. And they bhave mukte bhajanam. That takes us to muktihi. Cause of the mukti is what? Seve nityam srikaram tvatpadabjam. Constantly thinking of lotus feet of Lord Shiva. Bhave means doing the meditation. Bhavani bhavana gamya. Constantly we have to think about mother. Bhavani bhavana gamya. Through bhavana only we will attain mother or father, Shiva or Parvati. Dhyanam. So that is why Dhyanam is very much important. And always those hold on to lotus feet of Lord Shiva. And then the Spadalu or Srikaram means Sampatkaram. Here Sampatkaram means Moksham. That is why we saw last three shlokas are coming to 91 and 92. Take us to liberation. Goal of our life. Goal of our human life. So bhave nityam seve. Through mind, constantly thinking about your lotus feet, O Lord Shiva. Then the avidya got destroyed. Swarupa Jnanam took place. That is why our people say avidya is santam. Santam means sa antam. It can go away through knowledge, through Brahma Vidya, through satsang, through bhakti. It has an end. Even though it has a beginning, but it has end. Avidya means Maya also. It's there from the beginning, but it has an end. Daivi Hesha Gunamayi mama maya duratyaya मामेव ये प्रपद्यन्ते माया मेतां taramti te. Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, it has an end. That is why if you hold on to, take refuge to me, it will come to an end. Even though it is anadi means it is beginning, it has beginning. That's why adya, but it has an end. Bhagavan has adi anantam, both he does not have. That is the difference between Maya and Bhagavan. Maya, avidya has adi, but it has antam. It ends when the knowledge dawns upon us. But Bhagavan do not have adi and antam. So that is why it has samtam, it has end. That is why avidya has also enemy. That enemy is knowledge. Knowledge only we need to destroy this avidya. Brahma vidya is hrudya. Andamainadi, hrudyamainadi, manoharamainadi. That is why that hrudya is word is used. Bhagavan Shankaracharya not only devotee, not only jnani, he is also great poet. He knows when to use the good word, right word, all that. He is a great jnani. Kavi also. So that is why let us see Bhagavan Sri Krishna says about this Brahma Vidya, Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. This self-knowledge is the greatest knowledge. This Brahma Vidya is the greatest knowledge we need to acquire and we need to listen. That is why sadhana. And then this Brahma Vidya is talked about in 3 places. It is called Prasthana Trayam. That is Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads and Brahma Sutras. That is why this Brahma Vidya is there. In all of them are essence of these 3. Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads and Brahma Sutras. And then how do we get rid of this Bhagavad Avidya? So many pointers we are seeing. Brahmakara Vritti. Brahma Akara Vritti. That is Brahma Vidya. Vritti means thought. Avritti. Constantly thinking about it. All this. Brahmakara Vritti. Then the Ajnanam gets destroyed. According to our scriptures, this word is used. Brahmakara Vritti. All the Vedanta Panchashati, they use this word. Brahmakara Vritti. That needs to be developed through constant satsang. And then Mundakopanishat you have seen, that person Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati. Knower of Brahman becomes Brahman. Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati. That means Ajnanam is gone, disappeared. Vidya took place. Vidye, that's why Adya Vidya Hrudgata Nirgata Sit. Ajnanam is gone. Vidya Hrudya Hrudgata Tvat Prasadat. With your blessings only it happens. Oh Lord, that is why we need God's grace, God's blessings, and then Guru's blessings. They are not 2 different entities. They are only one. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. We constantly chant all the time. So that is why there is no difference between Guru and Shiva. They are together one. Their blessings only we will get, avidya gets destroyed. But we need to do our effort only satsang. Viveka Chudamani also, Shankaracharya ji says beautiful shloka. Muktirno shatakoti janma sukrutaihi punyair vina labhyate. we need to have lot of punyam to acquire this mukti. Mukti means liberation, destroy after avidya. And even Arjuna says in listening to so much of teaching of Lord Sri Krishna, 18th chapter, Moksha Sannyasa Yogaha, at the finally he says, Nashto moha smrutir labda tvat prasadatmayachyuta stitosmi gata sandehaha karishye vachanam tava. I destroyed Nashto mohaha. Mohaha means this ajnanam, avidya. It's gone. Why? Tvat prasadat. Your grace and compassion only. Here also, Tvat prasadat. By Lord's Shiva's grace. There Sri Krishna, both of them are one and same. Because we have only oneness. So that is called liberation. All the doubts got destroyed too. With avidya only, we get so many doubts. What to do, when to do, should I put 1 week or 2 weeks or 5 weeks or whatever it is, 1 pradakshina, 3 pradakshina, clockwise, anti-clockwise, this temple, this murti, that murti, whether it should be gold, silver, brass or copper, whatever it is, or a picture, so many doubts we have. Should I listen to satsang or go to jhanam? Whatever, that so many doubts we have. Sandehaha gataha. Why tvat prasadat? Arjuna says that. So that is why then we get the liberation. All the doubts get destroyed. So that's why we need qualification. Sravana manana nididhyasana. Shravana means first step is listening. All our 2-year course, our Swamiji used to say this is only Shravana sadhana. Because it's going like this fast pace. It's only Shravana sadhana. When you go back only, Mananam takes place. You do at home. And Nididhyasana, then only abidance takes place. That is Brahmakara Vritti. That's why, and then first step is that Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. This is all Shravanam only. Shravana sadhana. And then sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. This is very much used in our, by Shankaracharya in Viveka Chudamani, Tattvamasi, and all the Upanishads, they use this word sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. Fourfold qualification. That is Vivekam, Vairagyam, Shat Sampatti, and Mukshutvam. That is why Mukti is mentioned here in this shloka. Mukter bhajanam. What is Mukti? Liberation. That Mukti, Mumukshutvam, the desire should be there too. I want the Mukti. Without the desire, nothing will happen. Fourfold qualification we need to acquire. One is Vivekam. Vivekam means discrimination. What is Nityam, what is Anityam. And Vairagyam. Vairagyam means developing the dispassion. Whatever is Anityam, develop the dispassion, Vairagyam. And then develop the interest towards Nityam. That is where that Adya Vidya Hrudgatas Nirgatasi. Then only that avidya will go away, run away. Shat Sampatti, 6-fold wealth. That is a Shraddha. First, Shama, Dama, Titiksha, Uparati, Shraddha, Samadhana. Those are the words. 6-fold qualification. Shama means mind control, inner organs. Dama means outer going organs. Mind goes all the way, always out towards world. Eyes goes out. 5 windows we have. All the 5 windows want to go out. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin. All of them want to go out. So that is why Dama means controlling of them. And then Shamam, peace of mind comes. Vuparati means bring them back, bring them back. In this process, develop the titiksha, forbearance, titiksha. Not for developing tit for tat. They did this, I will do this. Not like that. Just hold on to it, titiksha. And Vuparati, going out, bring them back, bring them back. That's their nature. That is why avidya we have. Their tendencies go out. Constantly bring them back. Even Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, Yato yato nischarati manascham chalamastiram tato tato niyam yaitat. Like that they will go. That's their nature. Bring them back, bring them back. First step is we have to know also to going out. Without knowing, they goes away. Listening to satsang, somebody was saying, listening to, they just run away. Mind runs away. So like that, we all experience this. So goes away. Remember, recognize and bring it back. That is what called Vuparati. Shraddha, have to have Atma Shraddha and Shastra Shraddha. I can do, I can do. I can do this. That is what Atma Shraddha. Shastra Shraddha means having the conviction and interest that these scriptures are going to help me. And Samadhana, developing that Sthita Prajna, Samadhi, and equilibrium, equanimity of mind. All this is called Shat Sampatti and Mumukshutvam. Then we get the liberation. Mukter Bhajanam Rajabhaule Bhave. With this, we will develop the Bhavam. That Mukti once happens, when the knowledge takes place, what happens is Mundaka Upanishad. Because you have heard, this is kind of a revision for you also. Vidyate hrudaya grandhihi छिद्यन्ते सर्वसंशयाः क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि तस्मिन् दृष्टे परावरे. The knot of heart goes away. That is called avidya. Vidyate hrudaya grandhihi. Hrudgata, that avidya is there in hrudgata. That avidya is a grandhi, knot of the heart. That gets destroyed. Here also, Vidya Hrudgata. Vidya Hrudya. Hrudya means adjective to that Vidya. Hrudgata. Then all that avidya gets destroyed, not of the heart. All the doubts get destroyed. And then all the karma bandhanam gets destroyed. And then the mukti takes place. So that is what Mundaka Upanishad says. That essence of all the Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita and Brahma Sutras, that is what Shivananda Lahari is. That's why Shankaracharya gave simple way for all of us to chant and learn all that essence, because Bhagavan Shankaracharya has written Bhashyam, commentary for all these Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads and Brahma Sutras. All that people may not have, that all the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, sixfold qualification, all that they may not have. That is why I need to write small shlokas, beautiful shlokas, easy way people will understand essence of all that. All that essence is this. And then now simple way again. Vyasa Maharshi, Brahmanda Puranam, Lalita Sahasranamam. Purana says in simple way. That is Vyasa Maharshi's blessings. Brahmanda Puranam, Lalita Sahasranamam. Mooladharaika Nilaya Brahma Grandhi Vibedini. Agnya Chakra Manipuranta Nidita Vishnu Grandhi Vibedini. Agnya Chakranta Ralasta Rudra Grandhi Vibedini. Sahasraram Pujaruda Sudha Sara Abhivarshini. Beautiful one. the knot of heart, that is called avidya. That avidya will get there. It says 3 knots we have: Brahma Granthi, Vishnu Granthi, Rudra Granthi. This is all in us according to Kriya Yogam. That is Kundalini Vidya. Very easy to locate those positions. Even though we do not know the shloka, we may not remember the shloka. Mundakopanishad talks about only one Granthi, Hrudaya Granthi. Even the shloka also talks about only one spot, not of the heart. Hrudaya Granthi, Hrudgata Avidya. But here, very easy to locate these positions, sthanam. What happens is, first Brahma Granthi we will see. We have the spinal cord. Spinal cord has 6 energy centers. And one is at the seating place at the bottom of that spinal cord. That is called Mooladharam. Whenever we sit, we know the seating place. Mooladharam and Swadhishtanam. Those two are called knot. That is Brahma Granthi. Knot. That is called, name is given Brahma Granthi. Means that has to get destroyed. 3 levels. And then Manipuram. Manipuram means at the navel and Anahata Chakram, at heart center. There is a knot that has to get destroyed. We cannot do anything through satsang only, Shravana sadhana only, automatically it gets destroyed. This is automatic process. Then that is called Vishnu Granthi. And Agnya Chakranta Ralasta Rudra Granthi Vipedini. Agnya Chakram means 2 chakras, energy centers are together. 6 positions, 3 knots. That is how this is done. 6 energy centers, 3 knots. That's why Vishuddhi Chakra means throat chakra, and Agnya Chakra means this between eyebrows. So those two are 1 knot. That is Rudra Granthi. So Brahma Granthi, Vishnu Granthi and Rudra Granthi, according to Lalita Sahasranamam. That's where knot is there. Not knowing who am I. That avidya is there. And those places are bottom of our spinal cord, Mooladharam, and behind the genitals. That is called the Swadhishtanam. Those two are Brahma Granthi. Ajnanam is there. And with that Ajnanam, we feel physical pain also, indigestion, gut problems, all that will take place too. Because Ajnanam means stress. Not knowing who I am, I am feeling stress. Stressed out, we hear. We don't know how to interact. We don't know how to take care of ourselves. We don't know what to eat, what not to eat. Not only for spiritually, physically also it affects us. That is why not avidya is there. That is Brahma Granthi. And Srujanatmaka will means creativity will get destroyed too. Independent thinking, good thoughts, all will be gone. So that is why very, very important. Good to know all these things also. That is why it is very easy sadhana. We may not have to remember, just to feel that those are the Ajnanam place in ignorance, and think about mother. So they are all folded like a bud. And then slowly, lotus is opening up. And all those lotuses, all the devis are sitting. Bhave, that is what we have to do dhyanam. This is one way of doing the dhyanam. So many methods have given, this is one way. So that is Brahma Grandhi get destroyed, Ajnanam is gone, knowledge is taking place through Shravana Sadhana. And then Manipura Chakram, navel place and heart place. Together, one knot. That is Vishnu Grandhi. Vishnu Grandhi slowly, Visvam Vishnur Vashatkaro. Visvam Vishnu, pervaded by Vishnu. All over Vishnu. Vaishnavi, that is the Vaishnavi Swarupam of Mother. Vishnu is Pullingam, Vaishnavi is Strilingam. That's all, no difference. Pervaded by both of them, one of them, they are together, only one. Pervaded everywhere. Then pervasiveness comes. So far, I, strong I means ahankaram. Slowly, like onion peeling, goes away. Peeling off ourselves. Doing the laser surgery on ourselves. Slowly that ajnanam gets dispelled, destroyed. Those two places, one knot, that is Vishnu Grandhi, that gets dispelled. Then pervasiveness takes place. I feel other people dukkham is my dukkham, other people sukham is my sukham. Atma upamyena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna sukham va yadi va dukkham samam. That's what Sri Krishna says in 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Because of that pervasiveness, that seeing oneness starts to develop. Patience and all those good qualities, positive qualities. I don't need to give you the list, you all know. That is the second one. Third one is throat center and then Agnya Chakram. That is the place we are talking about. Together is Rudra Grandhi that gets destroyed. Grandhi means knot. All gets destroyed. Then slowly getting closer to Mother. Going upward direction. Finally, according to this Lalita Sahasranamam and Kriya Yogam, Serpent Vidya, Kundalini Shakti, going upward. And then this is also one sadhana. I'm just giving you the essence, that's all. People do this and slowly that Kundalini Shakti goes through Sushumna Nadi, goes to top of the head. That is where Sahasrara Chakram, it is called Sahasrara Chakram, 1000 petals. One lotus. From there, whole thing will come. That is Sahasrara Ambuja Rodha. Ambuja means lotus. Whole thing is like Amrutam. 72,000 nadis we have, nerves. All of them gets immersed within this nectar. And then they feel the bliss. That is called moksham. All of them, they feel that Amrutam. That is why Mother is Chandrakala Swarupam. Whole Saundarya Lahari, Shankaracharya has written as Chandrakala Swarupam, Mother. Amrutam flows everywhere. All the blocks will gone. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsaryam, that is Avidya. Ahankara, Mamakaram, Avidya. All that is gone. Vidya took place through Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, and then fills with Amrutam, nectar, flows in each and every pore of the cell. Rom me Ram Naam hai, Kabir Das says. Swamiji, Tejamananji, favorite quotation. So, Guruji. So that is what happens. That Amrutam flows through, that is each and every pore of the cell. That is what called Muktehe. Mukter Bhajanam Rajamaule. Avidya is destroyed and then knowledge took place. Knowledge dawned. That is why we are doing this Shravana Sadhana. That is why we go to temples, that's why we go to Tirtha Yatra, Punya Kshetras, and take a dip in Punya Nadis. Mukter Bhajanam Tvat Prasadat. Your grace only, your compassion only, everything will happen. And then Ramana Maharshi says a beautiful shloka for this in Saddarshanam. Very beautiful text, 40 shlokas, give so many methods, but we are not taking up methods. We have seen so many methods. And then that not, he gives so many names. Deho na janati sato na janma, deha pramanonya budeti madhye, aham kruti grandhi vibandha sukshma, sharira cheto bhava jivanama. He says, deho na janati, body doesn't know. Body doesn't need any sadhana. Because we all know body is made out of shariram. Body means shariram. Shariram is made out of panchabhutas. Akashamu, Vayuvu, Agni, Prudhivi and Jalam. That's why we have all those qualities in us. That's why space is in us. And then Agni, fire is there. Fire is gone. Doctor will come and say, Vayu of course goes first. And then space, when we eat all the way up to here, then we know whether we have the space or not. We all experience that. And then Vayu Agni, and we have seen. And Prithvi, whenever we don't take shower, we know even what happens. Who is sitting next to us, they will send it to go and take shower. We may not smell, but other people will send. That's how the deham is. That's why they bury or they burn the body. Even if you don't do this, it will go to Panchabhutas. Deho na janati. Deha doesn't need any teaching. It comes and goes because of this avidya. Took up so many births. That's why anadi adya vidya hrudgata. This is from beginning onwards, it's there. Sato na janma, the sat, consciousness, self, you can name anything. Sat, consciousness, God principle, Brahman, Ishvara, whatever you say, that doesn't need any knowledge. No janma, it never took birth. What to talk about knowledge? Whoever takes birth only, they need knowledge. They don't need knowledge. Consciousness, Chaitanyam, Parashakti, they don't need knowledge. Because they never born ajaha. And then that small entity is there. That entity is called aham kruti, grandhi, not of the heart. That is jiva, individual self is the grandhi, not. That's what we are analyzing. That grandhi has to get destroyed. That's where Bhagavan is talking about here. So that's why avidya, that grandhi is avidya. And then so many names, chetaha, mind, bhava, who took the birth, jiva, the individual self, and vibandha ties us up to this world, to this body. Bandham, all that bandham gets destroyed. And all the sukshma sarira, subtle body, so many names he has given. All that is called aham kruti. I am doing. That's what it says. I am important. Constantly reminds us that is the knot. That knot gets destroyed. Bhave nityam seve tvat prasadat. Because of your grace only, it takes place. Not anything else. That's why we need Bhagavan's grace and hold on to Bhagavan's lotus feet. That's what Shankaracharya ji is guiding us. Adya vidya hrudgata nirgata seet. First step is that avidya gets destroyed. Where is that avidya? The darkness, not knowing who am I, that is in heart. Hrudgata. Vidya hrudya hrudgata tvat prasadat. Vidya took place, the knowledge took place. The knowledge also happened in Hrudgata. Both of them at the same place. Isn't it interesting? Nothing is outside. See, before Shravana Sadhana, what happens? We blame other people. They. Constantly pointing them, they. Going outward. Pointing to other people. Other, they. Slowly, Shravana Sadhana, Avidya and Vidya, both of them are in Hrudgata. That's why two times it is given. Hrudgata. Avidya, darkness is also there. Light is also there. They are coexisting comfortably. We cannot live with other people. Very hard. But they are living happily. That's why Mundaka really says on the top of the book itself, two birds staying in the same branch. Branch is nothing but our body. And then the two birds are Jivatma and Paramatma. That Jivatma is Avidya, we have seen, and Paramatma is Vidya, the second bird. The second bird is only watching, doing nothing. Other bird is constantly eating all the karma phalas, results of the actions. That's why both of them are staying together in the Hrudgata only. One goes away. What is that? One goes, avidya, that bird. Means merges. Don't think something will go away, my body get destroyed or nothing. Everything happens internally. Nobody knows. The nirgatas goes away. Tvat prasadat, this vidya takes place. This Brahma vidya takes place. That will melt away. That's the best word. That avidya melts away. When the vidya is like a fire, jnana vidya. Jnana vidya has so many names are used in Bhagavad Gita. Even mule kuthare, the like axe, it comes out, get destroyed. And then jnana tapasa and jnana ocean of knowledge, all that, so many words are there. With that, this vidya, this gets melted away, cuts it off. Even 15th chapter, we have seen Urtha Mula Madhashakam, that the avidya get destroyed like a sword. So like that, Bhagavan is telling in simple way, because this is very, very important shloka. I thought I will explain. Some shlokas we have to take up a lot of explanation. Some of them we can just go take up the essence and take up some points and move on. Because this is very important shloka, 91 shloka. What has to be done for liberation? What take place with Shravana Sadhana, doing the Mananam, reflection. So then, Seve Nityam Srikaram Tvatpadabjam. That Seve Nityam, constantly serving at your lotus feet, constantly developing the devotion. Srikaram, Sampatkaram. That Sampat is Mukti. And that Sampat is cause. Bhajanam is cause for Mukti. Takes us to liberation. He Rajamaule. That is why Bhave, Bhavani, Bhavana Gamya. We have to do the bhavana. So that is what Shankaracharya ji is saying. Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati. Then he becomes a knower of Brahman. Then he becomes Brahman. There is no difference. He becomes one with the Brahman and sees the oneness. One. That's what our goal. Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. Truth is one. But the great Mahatma says in different ways. Because for our understanding, we need to keep listening. We don't know what hits us. Take home point. One will hit us. So many we hear. All these are words. That's why something will hit us in this satsang or Mahatma's words. Something will stay with us. That is why we have to keep doing Shravana Sadhana. Satsang is required. Even Tulasidas says in Tulasi Ramayanam, Satsang vina. Without satsang, nothing will take place. Tulasi Ramayanam, Tulasidas says. So even what to talk about, Shankaracharya ji, very famous shloka, many of you know, Bhajagovindam. Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jivan muktihi. Satsangatve nissangatvam. Through satsangam, nissangam goes away automatically. Nissangam is avidya, ignorance. Vidya comes, satsangam only. It automatic process. We do not need to do anything. Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam. That moham is again avidya, delusion. That is what delusion will go away. Avidya will go away. Moham gets destroyed. Nirmoham comes. Nirmohatve nischalatatvam. Mind will not go here and there. Nischalam stays wherever it is. We will be the commander in chief. We will be the command of the mind. When we had the avidya, mind controls us. Whatever mind says, we'll go. Like I will give you an example. Whoever holding the dog walkers, we will see, they have the leash. The yajamani holds the leash. And otherwise dogs goes here and there. Dog is our mind. So that's why it is the leash. We have to have the control. He gives the jerk, the yajamani, then it pulls him down. Before, we used to like a dog go with, when we had avidya, goes here and there, everywhere. Sitting here, goes everywhere. Without visa, going to Bharat, everywhere. So we all experience all these, we all know. And then once Vidya dawns, Nischala Tattvam, mind stays there, living in the present moment. That's what famous quotation, right? Power of Now talks about that. He became very famous. Whole shloka is that. Hold on to Shivananda Lahari 91 shloka. We don't need Power of Now book. Living in the present moment. That is what? Nischala Tattvam. Nischala Tattve Jivan Muktihi. That is called Mukti. That is why Bhave Muktir Bhajanam Rajamaule. Through that Bhavana, through the Nischala Tattvam, Mukti comes. Mukti means liberation. That Grandhi gets destroyed. That Grandhi is avidya. That Grandhi, avidya is darkness in us. That darkness gets destroyed. So that is why it is from the beginning of creation. Beginning, that is had big adya, that is why it is there all the time. Don't try to inquire avidya. That is tamogunam. That we will never get an answer. Never ask that question to Mahatma. Avidya is there since so many births. Our job is to destroy that avidya through knowledge. That's why vidya hrudya hrudgata tvat prasadat. That whole thing is your grace only. That is why you are seeing in Taittiriya Upanishad, Panchakosha Vivekam, peeling off layers. Annamaya Kosha, peeled off. Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha. All these layers peeling off. All the layers are avidya. With Shravana sadhana, all the layers get peeled off. And then vidya comes. That vidya dawns on Tvat prasadat. Your grace only, Lord Shiva, He Rajamaule. What I need to do? Seve nityam srikaram tvat padabjam. I hold on to your lotus feet. That is srikaram, sampatkaram. The srikaram is bhave mukter bhajanam rajamaule. That sampat is mukti. That sampat, wealth is muktehi. All this is mukti, liberation comes. The cause is avidya. Mukti, avidya, why we are not getting is avidya. That has to get destroyed. That is tamogunam, that is darkness. Vidya is light, and that is Shuddha Sattva Gunam. That is why Gunatitam, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says in 14th chapter, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yogam. We have to go beyond gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas. That is why we have seen in Srimad Ramayanam, all this, Mainaka Parvatam and Surasa and then Simhika. We have to go cross over all this. Then only we will see Sita Mata. We will say Rajamaule, He Rajamaule, He Chandrasekhara. So that is how Mukti takes place. Both of them, Avidya and Vidya, both of them are in Hrudgata, coexisting. Avidya, the Avidya. We need Vidya, then Avidya goes away, runs away. Avidya is beginningless. But this one has Adya since beginning, but it has Santam. It has an end. Avidya has an end. That is a great news, good news. Now in the headlines it comes right in the TV, breaking news. This is the breaking news for seekers like that. Avidya has an end, Santam. With Mukti it ends. That Mukti is giver is Chandramaule, Rajamaule. That is why we need to hold on to lotus feet of Lord Shiva. And now we have seen elaborately. Let us chant the shloka and conclude this session. 91 shloka. Adya vidya hrudgata nirgata sit. Vidya hrudya hrudgata tvat prasadat. Seve nityam srikaram tvat padabjam. Bhave mukter bhajanam rajamaule. Om Sri Matre Namaha Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Harihi Om everybody.